What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you how can you flash the Android 12 Pixel 3 Beta 5 GSI port on this particular device. So let's begin. This is the 15th September build, I guess. Yes, I have been looking at it for a couple of days now, but yes, I did not flash it because I was testing this TWRP ROM which I'm on right now, and the video is already up in the channel. If you haven't seen the TWRP ROM's review, you can check that out from the card or the description. Now from this section there are a couple of fixes that are mentioned, and the bug is OK Google is not working over here, and there are a few more notes that you can read out from here. But let me show you, if I go into the flashing guide, 2 times of formatting data needed to actually flash this ROM, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm on this TWRP ROM right now, so I'm gonna just format data once and see if that works. And this is the ROM file. It says Pixel 3 Beta 5 port for suite, and the file size is about 2 GB. And if I go into the properties, you can see the full name and stuff if you want to. And I'm not gonna flash misc, and I'm going to use the TWRP recovery. If you don't have TWRP recovery, just flash it with the how to flash guide from the description. Yes, I have flashed Orange Fox recovery in that particular guide, but you can flash TWRP recovery with that same method. So right now, let's just reboot to the recovery now. And of course, on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, my storage is encrypted. And of course, on the device like Redmi Note 10 Pro, you need to format data every time you change your ROM. And if you're wondering about the TWRP version, you can see it from right here. It is 3.5.2_11 by Nebrasi. And right now, I'm gonna first go to wipe. Well, I'm doing these steps because I think it's right, but you may try different steps, or you may proceed without even wiping anything. So yeah, that may or may not work for you, but I'm gonna try this step if that works. Of course, on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, there is no vendor partition, so I can't simply wipe those, or system partition. So that's why I'm gonna just select this Dalvik, data, and the cache. So I just selected these 3 things, Dalvik, data, and cache, and I will just swipe to wipe and wait for the time being. So this is done now. Now I'm going to go into the install, and here into my download folder, and I'll sort by date so that it appears. So right now I'm gonna select this file only, and I don't have this reboot after installation selected. And right now I'm gonna just swipe to confirm flash, and I'm gonna try without misc if this works. So the flashing is done right now, and I'm gonna go to home, and I'm gonna click on reboot, and I'm gonna reboot the recovery once. So as you can see, it does not ask for password right now, but I'm gonna format the data now. So I'm gonna go to wipe and format data, then type yes and hit right. Now I'm gonna reboot system and wait for the time being. I did get a haptic feedback, and as you can see, it has this Google logo or the boot animation. The screen is pretty bright. Let me just reduce the ISO of my camera so that you guys can see it better. Alright, so it did boot fine, but it did not give me any kind of setup wizard or something. But yes, definitely it did boot fine, and already I can feel the haptic feedbacks whenever I'm swiping down from this in the home screen to the notification panel. And the ROM definitely feels smooth already, I would say. As you can see, this is a very smooth experience over here. Right now, let me just jump into the settings. And here is how the Android version section looks like. We have the Android 12 right here. And if I do this, this is the Android 12's Easter egg. Let me go back. We have the security patch as September 5th, 2021. And we have the stock kernel as 4.14.180. Here is the build number on the bottom. Jumping to the display settings, this is how it looks like. We have the adaptive battery and stuff, the dark theme. Let's just enable that. And yep, the dark theme is actually working fine, I guess. And let me just reduce and increase the brightness. Yes, the brightness slider is actually working properly, no issues whatsoever. Right now, let me just scroll down more. We have the night light too, so you can use that. And we have the smooth display mode over here. So definitely, I think the refresh rate is pretty much higher than 60 Hz. Of course, I can see that with my eyes, but I'm not really sure if it's 120 Hz. I'll check that. The double tap to wake is still there. And we have these notifications. That's why the clock is smaller, I guess, right now. And I can swipe up to unlock. Let me just connect to the internet. Let's just open this test TWRP website so that we can test the screen's refresh rate. So yes, as you can see, it's definitely reaching more than 100, I guess, if you're noticing on the top. And right now here as well, it is 120 FPS. So yes, 120 Hz on the screen is there right out of the box. So that is just great. Other than that, we get this Google Camera Go edition by default. Let me just check that. So yep, camera is working fine. The front camera too is working fine. It seems like we also have this face retouching option, as you can see. And the portrait mode and stuff is there. So the camera should be working really great. Even the video mode on this Google Camera Go, yes, that too is working fine. So yeah, pretty much great experience with the camera already in Android 12. That is great. And in the settings, it has this pink kind of accent in the background because I have this stock wallpaper over here. That's why you are seeing this pink kind of effect over here in the background. And we have this battery settings right here. Still looks same. You can enable the battery percentage from here. And of course, I did make a video on the Android 12 of the Redmi Note 7 Pro. You can check that out from the cards or the description. And yes, in that I have explained almost everything in this beta 5. So yeah, you can check that video out. But yes, the experience is much better over here on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. But definitely on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, I did not yet get the setup. But I think I can use this particular card to actually set up the device. I'll do that later. In the wallpapers and styles, it looks like this. We have these basic colors and the other colors, the dark theme and the themed icons and stuff you can enable or disable. And right now, let me just go into the system so that I can show you the gestures. Yes, we have this system navigation gestures, and from the settings, we have this swipe to invoke assistant. So, okay. So it does not give me the assistant actually, but yeah, this feature is actually enabled, as you can see. But even if I'm swiping from the corners, it doesn't invoke assistant. One-handed mode is still there, and let me see. Yes, it is still working super fine. You can also set it to show notifications if you want to. Then we have the quickly open camera. Let's test that out. So nope, the quickly open camera is not working here as well. In the security settings, we have the pixel imprint. So let's just set up the fingerprint scanner. Let's click on done and more. I agree. And right now I'm gonna use the fingerprint scanner to actually assign it. Seems like it's working fine. As you can see, fingerprint added. Let me add another one. So I have added quite a lot of fingerprints. So let me just test that. If I tap it, yes, it does unlock. Let me show you one more time. As you can see, this is how the fingerprint scanner unlocking speed is. Let's try with another finger. Yes, that too worked super fine. And yep, it works 100% of the time. Let's say if there is the always on display. In the display settings, we have the lock screen. And from here, yes, always show time and info is there. And right now, if I enable that, yes, we do have the always on display. And if I double tap, well, if I double tap, it doesn't do anything for some reason. Let me just go here and disable this. Right now, if I lock the device, so if I have that always on display enabled, the double tap to wake somehow breaks over here. It was happening on the Note 7 Pro 2, I guess, as far as I remember. If I tap the fingerprint scanner, and as you can see, it unlocks. Let me try one more time. And yep, so it unlocks super fine, no issues whatsoever. Let's just try to set up the device with my Google account and stuff. So I'll just tap here, and here it shows finish pixel setup, and here I'm gonna just click start. By the way, while I'm doing this, let me show you the volume panel. This is how it looks like. We have this kind of volume panel, and if you tap here, you have this like phone muting option and stuff. Really sorry for the background noise, guys. So yep, I'm gonna set up the ROM right now, and I'm gonna use it for a couple of days, and I'll give you my feedback about this particular ROM with my full review, of course, with all the benchmarks and stuff. So yeah, wait for that video. Until next time, this is Tito from KTN Tech signing off for today, and please share this video, guys, with your friends if you want them to know how to flash the Android 12 on their Redmi Note 10 Pro. This is Tito signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.